and welcome back to my show, Conversations with Yosa. I know you missed me. I've missed myself. Do you understand? On Conversations with Yosa. You know, I've been doing TYMBM, Team Your Money, Mind, and Body. But today, we're back to Conversations. So guess what? I'm in New York, and I was like, I can't come to New York without hitting up my girl. Do you guys remember this book? You remember this book, Power of Connection? I am here with my girl, Miss Nogie Udevbulu, and we're gonna talk about it. Yay! Let's give her a hand. I'm gonna give her a hand on your behalf. I know you're giving her a hand, you know? Yay! Hello! Oh my goodness! Do you see how fresh she's looking? Hey, oh my goodness! Like, girl, guys, we go. How far back do we go? Just one or something?
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years.
Let's not.
I'm young.
Let's
not date us. No, we're young. Even if it's over 30, yes. Do we look? Please, you know.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. I am so excited. So she came out with this book. You published this book when? What was it like? Was it September? October. Okay. So she published this book in October, and the minute she published it and she had it on her status feed and she let us know, I went and quickly grabbed my copy because I'm like, are you kidding? Power of Connection. I need to read this. Do you understand? And I read this as soon as it arrived. I kid you not, I read it in a weekend. Not even the 48 hours. I think I started reading it Saturday afternoon and I was done by Sunday afternoon. Look at it, very easy read. So we're gonna talk about it. So, Nogie, kudos for doing this. This is a masterpiece, you know. And the reason why I say masterpiece is, you know, there's some books where you read and you're just like, it stresses you out while you're reading it. But you're like, oh my goodness, I need to read this thing because I know it has good nuggets for me. But you have this headache. This one, very easy read and you're succinct and to the point. I really appreciate this. So the question I have for you is, why this book and why now?
Good question. That's a very good question. Hello everyone. So why this book and why now? Well, throughout my career, and you know, we've been in this space for a very long time. So throughout my career, a lot of the topic most talked about, especially amongst like African professionals in the diaspora, is how much they hate networking. Meanwhile, if you want to rise up the ranks, networking is a critical part of it. And so, even as a seasoned professional, I still get a lot of young professionals asking me, how did you make it to the top? And when I say networking, they're like,
should I
try? I hate that thing.
Is there anything else that we can do? You know,
why do I have to network? You just trying to make story with people, you don't even know them, all of that stuff. And there's a lot of misconception about networking, and I figured putting this book together is definitely a way to break down those like misconceptions and actually guide folks on how to network in a way that it's authentic to themselves. So that's why I put it. Okay. So I put the book together.
And it's not just, do you understand, like when you read books and all that, like I don't know about you, but like with me, right, I do background check on like the author, because at the end of the day, right, the author has to like practice what they preach and they need to know what they're saying, and they need to be an authority figure. And my girl right here, she's it. She's an MD at an investment bank, a foremost investment bank here in the city. Not be beans. Okay, if you think I'm beans, go and do it now. Do you understand? Not be beans. So she knows what she's talking about. She easily has thousands and thousands of hours of networking under her belt. So she is an authority figure. So Nogie, I'm gonna ask you, right? People are still gonna go buy this book. Hint, hint. I'm trying to go buy the book, right? And I'll put the link. Exactly. I'll put. Don't worry. I will make it easy for you. I'll put the link. But what can people expect? So in other words, give us 3 strides. So let's just say hypothetically there's someone out there, right, who's either starting their career or they're even mid-level, right, and they're thinking, oh yes, you know what, I really actually heard about this networking thing, that's actually next level things, right? So what are 3 key things that someone like that should be looking out for when it comes to networking?
Okay, three key things, and really quickly. Number 1, networking requires you to have a good sense of self. Like, you have to know yourself. You have to know what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what skills wake you up in the morning, because that's going to be critical when you're having conversations with people. How you tell your story, your 30-second elevation,
elevator speech, right? Yeah,
exactly. So having a good sense of self is very critical in networking. Number 2, see networking as a form of service. Not a way of getting something, but a way of giving something. Like, literally, we are created uniquely to give something that nobody else can give. Like, you yourself, there's something about you and the way you say things, the way you share, that only you can do it in the way God has allowed you to do it. Nobody else can do it. So when we see networking as a way of service, we are offering something unique that will solve someone's problem. When we don't offer ourselves as a form of service, we're depriving somebody's problem from being solved.
Wow.
And so usually I tell folks, see networking as a form of service, not as a way of getting something back from them. And when we think about it, the principle of giving is you give first and then you receive.
Get something in
right?
return.
So see it as a form of service. Go out there to try to solve someone's problem than thinking about your own problem that you want to solve. Inevitably, what will end up happening is your problem will get solved. But go out there as a way to render service to somebody else.
We don't think about it that way.
No. It's very hard because that's the struggle. If you go into networking thinking, oh, what do I, how can I get?
Yeah.
What can I get from somebody else? It stifles the conversation you can have. When you network with the opportunity to just learn about the other person, learn about what it is that keeps them up at night, learn about what it is that they are trying to solve, just learn about them and how they got to where they are. Just learn. You'll be amazed that as you're listening, you have solutions that can help solve the problem. It happens so many times. I remember networking with a lady at work at Bank of America, and we're just talking, and I was just listening to her like, okay, so how did you get started? What made you pick this role? What is it that you're working on right now? And it turns out, just by asking her those questions, she turned around and started asking me several questions. Next thing I know, I'm on stage speaking in one of her women's events. This was the founder of the Women's Leadership Council at the bank, and I had no idea. And just by her asking me some questions, she's like, you know what? I think
you need to be on the stage, right?
To speak on my stage. And this was like a 15-minute conversation. By the following week, I was speaking to 300 women on stage. Like, you just never know. And so offering yourself as a form of service can open doors in ways that you cannot begin to imagine. So see it as a way of giving rather than a place of receiving. And when you give, you will always receive.
Always.
So that's number 2.
Okay, that's number 2.
Number 3, networking is not a one-size-fits-all. Some people do better when they network one-on-one. Some people do better when they network with a room full of crowd. They get energy. It's like extrovert versus introvert thing.
But anyway.
Some like a little smaller, intimate setting. By knowing yourself and knowing what you can offer, it would help to determine the kind of setting that works for you to network. So those are 3 key things about networking that folks need to be aware of. And there are different ways to go about networking. You can do it one-on-one in person. You can do it via technology, LinkedIn, social media, the whole works. But it's always great to just mix it up, right? But it's not a one-size-fits-all. It's getting to know what kind of setting energizes you and leveraging it to the best of your ability. That's pretty much it.
Wow, guys, you've heard that, right? Power of network. Okay. So it's all great about the book Power of Connection. But before you even got to this stage, right? Talk to us about NUU coaching. What's the mission? What's the purpose?
So NUU coaching, I started about 4 years ago, and it came about because I was transformed by coaching.
Okay.
And so I said, you know what, I want to go to coach training so I can also have that same impact on other people.
Okay.
And so the goal of NUU coaching is to strategically position women for success by providing tools, resources, and conferences that can create a form of transformation that shifts their mind to a position where they own and evolve successfully in their careers.
And you try to have how many conferences do you try to hold a year? Because I know you just recently had one, right? That was a huge success.
Yes.
Right?
So the conference is actually once a year, and then we do like mini workshops in between. Like the next thing we're doing is in the first quarter of 2025, we'll be having a goal setting and vision board creation workshop, which it's always good to just have focus, right? And that minimizes distraction, because nowadays distraction
plenty.
Ooh,
my goodness,
my finger runs on social media without even thinking,
subconsciously, right?
Subconsciously. So having a vision board, having your goals set for the year, and actually doing it in such a way that you can see it on a daily basis allows you to say no a lot more times than yes, which is what is very critical, and it allows you to stay focused. So we'll be doing that in the first quarter of 2024.
Okay.
We'll do like a check-in in the middle, and then once every year towards the end of the year we have this annual women's conference. In 2024 we did our first in-person, because most times it's virtual, but our first in-person, and it was
a huge success.
It was a huge success. I'm so humbled that these many women were willing to give me half of their Saturday to go through a mind-shifting atmosphere and just like network and really break bread, and I start to see how uniquely positioned each of them are, and what value they bring to the world. So that's the beauty of the conference, and if I can have 1,000 women attend, I will, and we will get there.
We will get there. No, I will get there now. I'm kidding. We will get there. The thing is, you've already started, right?
Yes.
You know what they say? Just start.
Just start.
And you have started. So hey, look, when I was looking at social media, her page, and looking at the conference, and they pay me, I was like, I should have been there. Do you understand? I said, but it's okay. Next year will not pass me by. We'll plan. We will plan. Do you understand? We'll plan it. But guys, this is what Conversations with Yobosa is all about, right? It's where I bring impactful people doing impactful things in the space, right? And you don't even need to have billions of dollars. You don't need to be this super high net worth person. You don't, just the little things. Like she said, what do you bring to the table, right? What is that innate ability that you bring to the table? If we all chip in and bring in our own abilities, you can imagine
we'll make magic.
We'll make magic. I like that. We'll make magic. Okay. Thank you so much, girl.
Thank you for having
being
me.
Well, you don't have a choice. Right? This one like, yeah, it's formalities. So she don't have a choice. I called her. I said, look, you'll be on my show. I didn't ask her. I said, you'll be on my show. She goes, yes, ma'am. You know, like, do I have a choice? No, but seriously. No, but seriously though, it's really, really nice having you here. This is like over 30 years of friendship, and it's just, doesn't mean we've not had ups and downs, so we get to have plenty, but we grow. Do you understand? Yes. It's all part of life. Life's experiences is all part of growing. But in the end, I really appreciate you, girl. Okay?
Aww. Thank you.
All right. And she'll be back. Like I said, we're growing. She has started, and she's gonna go places, and she's gonna come along. She's gonna bring us along, on the ride. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here on my show, Conversations with Yobosa. I do appreciate you. 2025 is going to be a fantastic year. We're already starting with this lovely episode, with this lovely guest, right? So I'm going to mix it. I'm going to have Conversations with Yobosa where I bring in guests. I'm also going to continue my Tame Your Mind, Money, and Money, because that one is also critical, okay? All right, so until the next episode, I say, go and get the book. Are you hearing? Go and get the book. Right? Power of Connection. I will drop the link to Amazon. It's on Amazon. I'll drop the link. You just click on the link and just buy. And you read it, okay? And you spread the word, you share. Share, okay? This is very, very, very powerful and easy read, like I said. So buy the book, subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed. This 2025, I'm not even gonna send my mother after you. There's no need. The poor woman is even like just tired herself. Do you understand? So we'll just leave her alone. But you guys will do the right thing. Share, like, subscribe, right? And let's share the goodness of Conversations with you. Otherwise you miss out on people like this. You don't be missing out. You don't be missing out. But anyway, until the next time, I say you have a super sparkly day.